Hey guys, and welcome back to the Political Whiz, where you will find all the whiz on politics and history. And today we will be analyzing the 2020 congressional election in the 1st Congressional District of South Carolina, which will be held on Election Day, November 3rd, 2020. And now let's take a look at the candidates' profiles. Joe Cunningham used to be an ocean engineer based in Naples, Florida. He was laid off due to the 2008 recession. Afterwards, he enrolled at Northern Kentucky University and graduated with a JD in 2011. He ran for Congress in 2018 and narrowly won his congressional election. His election was seen as an upset due to the fact that he flipped a congressional seat after decades of Republican control. He is now running for re-election to serve a second term in Congress. Our next candidate is Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace started her own consulting business in 2008. Her clients for her consulting business included Senator Tim Scott, former White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, and South Carolina State Senator Tom Davis. She ran for the Senate of South Carolina in 2014. However, she lost to the incumbent Senator Lindsey Graham in the primary election. In 2017, she ran in a special election for the South Carolina House of Representatives and won. She was re-elected in 2018, increasing her margin of victory, which is a big thing since 2018 was a Democratic wave year. She is currently serving as member of the South Carolina House of Representatives from the 99th District, and she is running for Congress from the 1st Congressional District of South Carolina, hoping to unseat Democratic incumbent Joe Cunningham. We will now take a look at the 2016 and 2018 election results. In 2016, President Trump won by more than 10 points. In the 2016 congressional elections, the Republican incumbent won by more than 20 points. In 2018, the Republican incumbent, Mark Sanford, was unseated by Katie Arrington, and the Democratic opponent, Joe Cunningham, narrowly won by about a percentage point. For this election, Cunningham faces a tough re-election since this district leans a little towards the Republicans. We will now take a look at the voting trends for this district. As you can see towards your right, since 2000, this district has strongly voted for Republicans, and Republican candidates have consistently won by about 10 or more percentage points. This chart is in favor of Republicans since the electoral history shows that it leans towards the Republicans. Moving on now to the demographics of this district. The Cook Partisan Voting Index gives Republicans a 10-point advantage, which strongly goes in favor of Republicans. About 75% of the people in this district are white. The median income of this district stands at about $70,000. The median income favors Republicans since, according to the 2018 House of Representatives exit polls, those who made more than $50,000 narrowly voted for Republicans. Considering the CPVI, the racial makeup of this district, and the median income, this data as a whole gives an advantage to Republicans. We will now take a look at the money raised by each campaign. As you can see on the top left, Joe Cunningham has raised close to $4.2 million and Nancy Mace has raised close to $1.8 million. On the top right, it shows how much of the money that each candidate has raised was either from in-state or out-of-state. Although that information is not available for Nancy Mace, the information is available for Joe Cunningham, and it shows that Joe Cunningham has raised more of his money in-state than out-of-state, which is a good sign for Joe Cunningham. On the bottom left, it shows that Joe Cunningham has raised most of his money through large individual donors, with a significant portion of his contributions coming from small individual donors, others, and PAC money. On the bottom right, it shows that Nancy Mace has raised most of her money from large individual donors, with a significant portion coming from small individual donors and PAC money. This data favors Joe Cunningham since it shows that he not only outraised his opponent, but also shows that he raised most of his money within his constituency. Finally, we will wrap things up with my analysis. Since Cunningham is facing a tough re-election, this makes it a true toss-up district. The 1st Congressional District leans towards the Republicans, as we saw with the voting trends. The racial makeup, which is mostly white, gives Nancy Mace an advantage since Republicans tend to perform strongly among white people. Charleston, which is the largest city in South Carolina, lies in the 1st Congressional District, and this favors Joe Cunningham since Democrats tend to perform strongly in urban areas. Cunningham outraised his opponent, which favors him since it shows he has support among his constituents, and he can use this money to air ad attacks and hold campaign events to energize his base of supporters to go and vote for him. However, Cunningham voted in favor of impeachment, which significantly hurts his re-election chances considering the fact that he represents a red-leaning district, and for this reason, I believe Nancy Mace will unseat Joe Cunningham due to the fact that this is a Republican-leaning district. The majority of the people in this district are white, which Republicans tend to perform strongly amongst, and like I said before, Cunningham voting in favor of impeachment could infuriate his constituents considering that this is a red-leaning district. And now, I ask you, who do you think will win the 2020 congressional election in South Carolina's 1st Congressional District on Election Day, November 3rd, 2020? Make sure to make your comments down below. In the meantime, that's all for now. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Turn on the bell icon to be notified whenever I post. Please comment or suggest down below as this will help me improve my future videos. Follow me on Twitter at political_whiz. Thanks for watching.